As a Christian, it's essential to approach the topic of climate change with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing that the dominant narrative may not always align with biblical values or scientific facts. While some Christians may feel pressure to conform to the prevailing views on climate change, it's crucial to remember that our faith calls us to be good stewards of the earth, but also to discern truth from falsehood. In this essay, we'll explore ways Christians can fight back against the fake climate change agenda, which often prioritizes political and economic interests over scientific integrity and biblical principles. First and foremost, Christians must educate themselves on the topic of climate change, seeking out credible sources and balanced information. This means looking beyond the mainstream media and government reports, which often present a biased and alarmist view of the issue. Instead, Christians can consult with reputable scientists, researchers, and experts who have studied the topic in depth. By doing so, they can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the complex factors that influence the Earth's climate, including natural phenomena like solar activity, volcanic eruptions, and oceanic cycles. Another way Christians can push back against the fake climate change agenda is by promoting a more nuanced and biblical understanding of environmental stewardship. While the Bible does call us to care for the earth and its resources, it does not support the radical environmentalism that often accompanies the climate change movement. Christians can advocate for responsible and sustainable practices, such as reducing waste, conserving energy, and protecting natural habitats, without buying into the apocalyptic rhetoric and socialist policies that often accompany the climate change narrative. Christians can also engage in respectful and informed dialogue with others on the topic of climate change, seeking to understand their perspectives and share their own. This means being willing to listen to opposing views, asking thoughtful questions, and presenting biblical and scientific evidence in a clear and respectful manner. By doing so, Christians can help to create a more civil and constructive conversation around climate change, one that prioritizes truth, reason, and biblical values over emotional appeals and political agendas. Furthermore, Christians can support organizations and initiatives that promote responsible environmental stewardship, while also advancing biblical values and scientific integrity. This might include organizations that focus on sustainable agriculture, conservation, and community development, as well as think tanks and research institutions that promote a more balanced and nuanced understanding of climate change. By supporting these efforts, Christians can help to create a more diverse and vibrant landscape of environmental activism, one that prioritizes people, freedom, and faith over ideology and bureaucracy. In addition, Christians can use their voices and influence to speak out against the fake climate change agenda, which often involves deception, manipulation, and coercion. This might involve writing letters to elected officials, signing petitions, or participating in peaceful protests and demonstrations. Christians can also use social media and other digital platforms to share their perspectives, challenge prevailing narratives, and promote alternative views and solutions. By doing so, they can help to create a more informed and engaged citizenry, one that is better equipped to discern truth from falsehood and to promote a more biblical and balanced approach to environmental stewardship. Finally, Christians can pray for wisdom, discernment, and courage as they engage with the topic of climate change. They can ask God to reveal the truth, to expose deception and error, and to guide them in their efforts to promote a more biblical and balanced understanding of environmental stewardship. By praying and seeking God's guidance, Christians can remain faithful to their values and principles, even in the face of intense pressure and opposition. They can also trust that God is sovereign over all things, including the earth and its climate, and that He will ultimately bring about justice, righteousness, and redemption in His perfect time.